Power always comes at a cost, and Invincible Season 4, that cost finally comes due. What's up everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into Invincible Season 4, a season that doesn't just raise the stakes, it completely changes the entire game. This is where everything starts to crack. Spoilers ahead. Season 4 picks up with Mark no longer being the same hero we met at the beginning of the series. He's stronger, more experienced, but also more conflicted than ever. The world around him is shifting, alliances are unstable, threats are escalating, and the consequences of past decisions are finally catching up. With his battle with Conquest at the end of Season 3. This season feels heavier, more serious, like the calm before something much bigger. Let's talk about Mark. This is easily his most complex season yet. He's not just fighting villains anymore, he's fighting himself. Every decision carries weight, and you can just see the toll it takes on him. The optimism from earlier seasons, it's still there, but it's buried under doubt, pressure, and responsibility. Mark is dealing with the consequences of killing Conquest, to which you find out he's actually alive in this season. He feels the only way to stop these enemies and these Viltrumites is to end them. He actually killed one of the villains at the beginning who was controlled by the High Mind. He had to make a decision as he knew the other heroes would be late, so he resorted to the killing. Eve has always been his anchor, someone he can talk to, relate to, and vent to. Without her, who knows where he would be. This decision is constantly eating Mark throughout the season. When can he kill? When can he not? This is explored throughout the whole season. This season really asks, how much can one person carry before they break? The threats this season feel different, more real. There are other villains which obviously are not as important as the Viltrumites, but it helps move the character progression forward, like a side mission in your favourite video game. The Viltrumites have always been a constant threat until we meet their new leader, Thrag. He is carrying out Emperor Argyle's mission to make Viltrum the supreme race. He shows that constantly he is a threat. He is a force to be reckoned with. Now, before I continue to the next section, I know there has been some backlash with the character adaptation, and I'll give my honest opinion. Thrag's design looked better in the comics. Some of the panels could have been much better given the budget of the show. Also, his voice actor. While the voice actor does mostly a good job, there are parts which are very noticeable, and he gets heavily memed. This scene in particular. A voice actor should never get this kind of heat, but who is to blame? At this point it does not matter, as long as they learn and improve for Season 5. The animation is vital to any show, whether it's your favourite anime or Invincible. Again, I'll be as honest as possible when it comes to the animation this season. There are parts where the animation was amazing, like that scene where Mark punched Thrag in space and you got that amazing still frame, One Piece level still frames. But there are times where it is noticeable, like a moving PNG, something out of One Punch Man Season 3 or Blue Lock. Now, given the scale of the show and production company, you would not expect this kind of level. Like, for example, the scene with Oliver and the Dragon, or some scenes where Invincible when he was flying. It was something. For the most part, I did not have issues, but the noise is out there, and this is just me hoping for better. Omni-Man's redemption story is one of the most vital parts of this season. He feels responsible. He feels the pain of trying to make up for his mistakes. He's helping the coalition in the war against his own people. He's forced to go back to Earth to recruit Mark for the war. Back to where he caused the chaos, murdered people, and ruined his relationship with his wife Debbie. He had to face the music, and not the good kind. The first dialogue between Debbie and Nolan portrayed this very well. He had to also make amends with his son as he abandoned him and refused to meet him when he returned to Earth. All in all, he has a huge job ahead to win back his trust. Mark had to endure the pain again. He barely managed to defeat Conquest last season with Eve's and Oliver's help. Every punch of that fight on the planet felt impactful. Every second, Mark desperately tried to choke Conquest out. You were desperately waiting for Conquest to just die already. It was emotional, and Mark was really on death's door throughout the whole fight. You were completely left in the dark. You didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, unless you read the comics, of course. In the end, Mark killed Conquest. He overcome his demons and managed to finish the job, but he was left in a terrible state. Mark had to recuperate after the battle. He was under the care of Omni-Man and Oliver. This part was important as Oliver and his father's bond grew stronger. This took months, and as a result, Mark came back with a beard. Unfortunately, not too comic book accurate. Thrag continued to be a threat this whole time. The only way the coalition could end this war is to end Viltrum. The whole sequence was amazing to see, as this is the first time we see Thrag this powerless, as he witnessed his homeland destroyed with his own 2 eyes. Kinda like how Krypton was destroyed that time. Enough said. The ending was a massive cliffhanger. The threat of the Viltrumites coming back to Earth has always been looming. Mark has major PTSD and is hallucinating a lot of the time. And what the writers do very well is we continue to question which of these are actually real, to the point where we finally get bamboozled. Thrag and his Viltrumites have been on Earth the entire time, and Mark is definitely not hallucinating here. He's left with an ultimatum from Thrag. Either leave them alone and let them repopulate their race on Earth, or face annihilation. Either way, Thrag wins. Absolutely cunning, pure evil, and a major plot twist. At first, Mark did not agree with these terms, but slowly and slowly he started to think, if the Viltrumites destroy everything he loves, what does he have left? Eventually, he gave in and agreed with Thrag's terms. And the season ends there. My overall thoughts of the season: it's darker, more emotional, and way more intense than what came before. This season really leads into the idea that Mark cannot save everyone, and the moments where he fails or is forced to choose are some of the most powerful in the entire series. Animation needs to improve, the voice acting scenes need to be fixed, but overall a solid story, and cannot wait for season 5. So what did you think of season 4? Did it live up to the hype? Drop your thoughts down below, and if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.